Hey, okay, so let's chat. So maybe it's already happened, maybe it's still coming, but sometimes what happens when you fast is you forget. So like you forget that you're fasting movies, and you find yourself watching a movie. That one, stop the movie, okay, and walk away. But if you forget that you're not eating sugar, and now you've have had a bite of a chocolate bar, don't spit out the chocolate bar and like, when you when you remember. Just finish the chocolate that's already in your mouth. Don't finish the rest of the chocolate bar. But finish what's in your mouth and just be like, oh, okay, ish, my bad. And I really want to encourage you guys, it happens to everybody. So when that happens, don't allow that to be a guilt thing for you. You can just apologize and move on. Okay. I think the reason why this is something that we have to address this is because when we're fasting, because we are working to build our spiritual man, what happens is the spirit is obviously aware of how it wants to cut us, of how it wants to refine us, how it wants to change us. But so is the devil and his little friends. Okay, so I'm not saying you forget that you're fasting because of Satan. I'm not saying that. Okay, it's not demonic that you forgot you were fasting and you now ate. But what they tend to do is they want to use that as an opportunity to bring condemnation or to bring shame, or biggest whisper, oh, you've already messed up, just give it up and then we'll maybe try again the next time. Okay, and I want to tell you now, that is not true. Okay, if you mess up, you realize you messed up and you kind of move on. Then I also want to just talk about context a little bit. When we fast, guys, so I remember so clearly my sister, she was studying towards an exam, and I was like, hey, I gave a call to fast, and she was like, yeah, let's do it. And I was like, okay, what are you fasting? And she's like, no, she's gonna fast food. And I was like, how does that make sense, ma'am? Does that sound like wisdom, what you're doing? You're going to be studying, you're exerting a lot of effort. This is a specific situation. It's last, I think, week and a half or something like that. It was crunch time. Now you're going to start saying to your body, right, body, we're going to be denying certain things so that guys, when you start fasting, you're right, you get moody, you get like just a whole bunch of things happen. Please carry gum, because your breath starts to stink, or that can happen. When that happens, you want to be ready. Oh my word, there's this fly that's bugging me and I don't know why. It needs to go away. Anyway, so you also want to be conscious of the type of fasting that you're doing based on what's happening around you. If you are training for a marathon, you can't be like, oh yeah, I'm not going to eat for 2 weeks, unless you're going to stop training for those 2 weeks. That's not wisdom. So as much as we talk and as much as you watch these random videos, please also just be on wisdom's side. Wisdom is made known by her children. Think about, is this wise for me to do? And if people are doing it together, then you kind of maybe find other ways to fast or other things to fast, so that until you're at a place where you're saying, okay, sharp guys, I'm going to join in with you. Because honestly, we can't, let's not pretend like we don't have common sense. Let's not pretend that God does not value wisdom. And again, then just to say, for completeness sake, that doesn't mean that sometimes you won't be studying, you'll be studying towards an exam and he won't ask of you anyway to fast, because then he will give you the grace for that. Look, I'm going to end it there.